Chapter 2: The Internet and Current Issues. After completing this chapter, I hope you will be able to explain and distinguish the concept of Internet, intranet, and extranet. I hope you will also be able to tell the history and benefit of Internet, extranet, and intranet. And finally, I hope you will be able to discuss the current issues related to the internet. For example, the internet operations, internet services, and World Wide Web. The word internet comes from combination between interconnection and network. Interconnection is to connect with one another, and a network which is consists of two or more computers that are linked in order to share resources, for example, hardware, software, data and information, and also to exchange files or allow electronic communications. So network is a collection of computers and devices connected via communication channels and transmission media allowed to share resources. There are two types of internet. One is with lowercase I for the internet, and another one is the capital I for the internet. Okay, for the internet, lowercase and I may refer to any internetwork or internetworking, which is a combination of the word inter, meaning between, and networking. So this internet is the practice of connecting a computer network with other networks through the use of gateways that provide a common method of routing information packets between the network. And another meanings for this lowercase I internet is a private network. So it is a network that uses private internet protocol address space, and these addresses are commonly used for home, office, or enterprise local area network. The internet, okay, with capital letter I, or just net, or network of networks, which is the largest computer network in the world that connects billions of computer users, allowing participants to share information on those computers using TCP/IP protocol. TCP/IP is a transmission control protocol, internet protocol, or we are just call it as IP address. IP is internet protocol address. So the internet with lowercase I is any set of interconnected internet protocol network. On the other hand, the internet with capital letter I refers to the worldwide set of interconnected network. Okay, however, for the use of the class, we will refer the internet as a worldwide set of interconnected network. The internet is often referred to as the information superhighway because it can connect millions of people across the globe. Millions of smaller or private networks operating independent or in harmony with each other. So the concept of internet was developed while the United States was in the mid of Cold War with Soviet Union back in year 1950s. So the idea was to establish a secure form of military communication where the US government wanted to create a means by which all computers could communicate and share information. So the first workable prototype of the internet came in year 1969 with the creations of ARPANET or the Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. This project, originally funded by the United States Department of Defense, and this inter-networking project is called ARPANET, and it used packet switching to allow multiple computers to communicate on a single network. The purpose was to connect researchers from 4 universities in United States, which are Stanford Research Institute, University of California at Los Angeles, UCLA, University of California at Santa Barbara, and University of Utah. On October 29, 1969, ARPANET delivered its first message, which is a node-to-node communication, one-to-one communication from one computer to another. Okay, the first computer was located in a research lab at UCLA, and the second computer was at Stanford Research Institute. During this year, okay, back in 1969, the size of the computer is like the size of a small house. So the technology continued to grow in the 1970s after scientists Robert Kahn and Vinton Cerf developed transmission control protocol and internet protocol, or just known as TCP/IP. So this TCP/IP is a communications model that set standard for how data could be transmitted between multiple networks. So January the 1st, year 1983 is considered the official birthday of the internet. Before this or prior to this, the various computer networks did not have a standard way to communicate with each other. So a new communications protocol was established, which is called as Transfer Control Protocol, Internet Protocol, or TCP/IP. So this protocol allowed different kinds of computers on different networks to talk or to communicate to each other. So ARPANET and the Defense Data Network officially changed or adapt to the TCP/IP standard on January 1st, 1983. Hence, it became the birth of the internet. Okay, since this time, all networks could now be connected by a universal language. The online world then took on a more recognizable form in 1990. So only when a computer scientist, Tim Berners-Lee, invented the World Wide Web. So in 1980s, actually, where the actual internet was born, when other networks connected with ARPANET. And the word internet only started in the year 1983. And later in 1991, US government allowed business agencies to connect to the internet. So from there, evolved a high-speed backbone of internet access for many other types of networks. Universities, institutions, bulletin board, and commercial online services. So the end of the decade saw the emergence of the World Wide Web. There were 10 servers only in 1991, and today there are over 46 million servers. The sustained growth in excess of 1 million servers per month. The internet has no central computer system and no governing body, but based on common standards. So the web provides an easy to use interface to internet resources that has become an everyday tool. Now all people can connect to internet and improve their life and work quality. So the internet support various aspects in our life. So what is internet actually? So the internet is a worldwide publicly accessible system of interconnected computer network. It is a global system of interconnected computer networks that use the standard Internet Protocol Suite, which is TCP/IP, Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol, to serve billions of users worldwide. So internet is a network of networks that consists of millions of private, public, academic, business, and government networks from local to global scope that are linked by a broad array of electronic, wireless, and optical networking technologies. So the internet carries an extensive range of information resources and services, such as the interlinked hypertext documents of the World Wide Web and the infrastructure to support email. How about the intranet? Comparing to internet, intranet is a private network, whereas the internet is a publicly accessible network. So the intranet is a private network within a company or inside a company or inside an organization that is similar to the internet. Intranet is a computer network for sharing information, collaboration tools, operational systems, and other computing services within an organization, usually to the exclusion of access by outsiders. So intranet is a computer network that uses internet protocol technology to securely share any part of an organization's information or network operating system within that organization. So intranet is the connections of computer networks in a local area, and it offers many of the features and services available on the internet, such as web system, email, news group, and chat. Intranets are protected by password, encryptions, and firewall. Customers, suppliers, and other business partners can access an intranet via extranet links. So it allows employees of a company to access information quickly and efficiently. When information is easy to access, it often increases the productivity of a company. For example, employees can access a phone directory on the intranet instead of contacting the receptionist for numbers. Intranets are private networks used by organizations to distribute communications exclusively to their workforce, and they have been used for internal communication. In this example, the firewall, which is the hardware or software that allows companies or an organization to build a private, secure network that can only be accessed by that company's employees. So a firewall is a network security system that monitors and controls incoming and outgoing network traffic and decide whether to allow or block specific traffic based on a defined set of security rules. So this intranet serves as the portal for employees to access internal and external resources and enable workers to communicate, to collaborate, and share documents and other information. So this intranet serves as the portal for employees to access internal and external resources and enables workers to communicate, collaborate, and share documents and other information. This intranet enterprise information portal is used for communications and collaborations with the use of email, discussion forums, chats, and conferencing. It is also used for business operations and management, to secure database and enterprise application for access or viewed by its employees only. Other services might be web publishing, where the organization publish and share hypermedia document such as hypertext markup language, Java, or other document types. Finally, this intranet enterprise information portal also do the intranet portal management, which centrally administer clients, servers, security, directory, and traffic on all existing hardware and networks. So among the services offered by the intranet include the video conferencing. So video conferencing is also known as teleconferencing, which is an online technology that allows users in different locations to hold face-to-face meetings without having to move a single location together. Video conferencing is live connection between two or more remote parties over the internet that simulates a face-to-face meeting. By using their computers, people on an intranet can see and hear each other when they are communicating. Other services offered by the intranet is scheduling. Scheduling is the process of arranging, controlling, and optimizing work and workloads in a production process or manufacturing process. The purpose of scheduling is to minimize the production times and costs by telling a production facility when to make, with which staff, and on which equipment. It is also the ability to organize and schedule meetings and projects. Other services offered by the intranet is email. Email or electronic mail is a method of exchanging messages between people using electronic devices. Intranet allow companies to exchange messages using the same type of email systems found on the internet. Other services offered by the intranet include newsgroup or Usenet newsgroup, which is a repository or storage, usually inside or within the Usenet system, for messages posted from users in different locations using internet. So newsgroup are discussion groups where millions of users read postings or articles using software called a newsreader. So users can then make comments and ask questions in response to the posting. Other services offered by the intranet include file transfer. It uses the file transfer protocol, which is a standard communication protocol used for the transfer of computer files from a server to a client on computer network. Other services include chatting, which is talking to other people who are using the internet at the same times as you are. Online chat may refer to any kind of communication over the internet that offers a real-time transmission of text messages from sender to receiver. Okay, we can also set up chat channels on an intranet like the one found on the internet relay chat. How about the extranet? Extranet is a private computer network that connects more than one organization and allows control access from the outside. It can be viewed as an extension of an organization's intranet that is extended to users outside the organization, usually partners, vendors, suppliers, or customers in isolation from all other internet users. It restricted its network access to certain parties, and extranet allows those parties to gain access to the network easier and therefore encourage better business collaboration. Dealing with extranet requires a high level of security, since no unintended parties should be able to access the network without permission. Virtual private network is commonly used to increase the security of an extranet. A VPN or virtual private network extends a private network across a public network and enable users to send and receive data across shared or public networks as if their computing devices were directly connected to the private network. VPNs encrypt your internet traffic and disguise your online identity. So this makes it more difficult for third parties to track your activities online and steal data, because the encryption takes place in real time. Extranet is a controlled private computer network that uses the internet to connect a specified group of external users and give them access to a computer network. An extranet serves to provide resources that are made available to the authorized users but not to the public. By setting up an extranet, it is possible to simplify the exchange of information across company boundaries, and this applies in particular to communication between the company's own employees and external parties. Possible external users are business customers, business partners, consultants, contractors, business suppliers and distributors, and selected customers. So what are the differences between internet, intranet, and extranet? So the internet is a worldwide publicly accessible system of interconnected computer networks, where the intranet is a private network designed for a specific group of users inside or within the organization. On the other hand, the extranet is a private network that uses public network to share information with clients, including suppliers and vendors. So the internet is a means of sharing information throughout the world, where the intranet is a means of sharing sensitive or confidential information throughout the organization. And on the contrary, the extranet is a means of conveying information between members of the organizations and external members.